New trade deals are on the horizon, and as a result, crypto markets up, stock markets way up. Now, some people might think this is a dead cat bounce, and maybe it is, but this is proof in the pudding again that we see that the tariff scare is really the main thing that's holding the markets back, and which is stopping or at least pausing the crypto bull run, because we already see now that predictions for rate cuts are exponentially going higher. The Fed had a closed door meeting yesterday. We know that more circulation of money supply is coming into the American economy. The Chinese central bank, even just today, was announcing that they are going to be stimulating even more because of this tariff scare and the trade war that's going on right now. So more money supply is increasing around the world. And oftentimes, historically, when that happens, I feel like I'm a broken record saying this, is usually crypto will follow after that. Bitcoin tends to follow M2 money supply, and the United States is already gearing up to cut rates. The Fed already said they were going to cut twice this year. Who knows? Maybe they'll cut even more. I definitely don't think this is the end of the bull run. I know some people think it is. They think we're in a prolonged bear market again. I do not believe that. I will happily admit if I'm wrong, but I definitely believe that we are still in the bottoming zone. I think that it's still going to be choppy for a little bit while. We might go a little bit lower, but hopefully in the shorter term, once these trade deals come about, because it often is now seeming, I truly do believe that the Trump administration does have a plan. Deals are being made. China is still on the fence. The EU is still on the fence, but they're going to negotiate. And I personally believe even behind the scenes they're negotiating, because we already see that Trump has had a good call with South Korea. He's had good calls with Vietnam and other countries. Now there's 70 plus countries knocking on the door of the White House, wanting to renegotiate tariffs and wanting to renegotiate trade. China and EU will follow, because the United States is the largest consumer in the world, and we hold the standard for the currency. I mean, just those two things alone means that the United States still needs to do business with the world, and the world wants to do business with the United States. So regardless of whether we agree or disagree with Trump and this trade war, it doesn't really matter. We're just little tadpoles swimming in the ocean, and we just got to figure it out. But again, I see that the markets, in my humble opinion, as a dude on the internet, so take what I say with a grain of salt anyways, but I definitely think that the markets are going to be ripping and roaring once this settles out. And we already start to see just little glimmers of settling. And look how the market's reacting. Who knows? We might go lower for a little bit. It's volatile. Negotiations are happening. The mainstream media is going to, send out lots of headlines that might make the markets go lower. But you know what? I'm excited to see that, I think the bull market's still on. So yeah.